There we go. All right, the adventure begins, Pete. It's another great adventure to Canada. This time we're at Aikens Lodge. This place is known for being loaded with walleyes and also some really big walleyes here. It's also got big jackfish and there's a shot for big lake trout. So I think both of us love casting. We're gonna go see if we can still find some walleye shallow on jerk baits, swim baits, maybe some crankbaits, and after that we'll go explore some of the deeper stuff and look for some big hogs out there too. So let's get the adventure started.
I'm ready, let's go cast.
Every trip into Canada is an experience, and this is no exception. A fly-in to Aikens Lake Lodge is quite a thrill. This lake is a maze of water and full of big fish. Ever since my first conversation with Pitt, I've been cranked up and ready to go.
So when people ask what the Aikens experience is, it's hard to put into words, so we kind of just came up with that name to sort of encompass everything that comes with it. But one thing that my parents taught me was that I couldn't control the weather and I couldn't control the fishing, but I had to make sure that every other aspect of somebody's trip was perfect. And so that's kind of our MO up here, and we try to make sure that the hours that are spent off the lake are just as enjoyable as the hours that are spent on it. And from the time the coffee's delivered early in the morning till the last drink served in Big Molly's bar, it's service all the way for us.
Our guides are trained in multiple techniques. You know, they have a very multifaceted approach to their walleye fishing. So, you know, if folks don't have much experience fishing walleye, they're very much like a coach in the boat, showing you the proper techniques, showing you how to feel the bite, how to find the bite, how to set the hook, how to bring them in. If you're an experienced angler and you want to do some very specific techniques, the guides are well versed in all sorts of different ways to go after those big eyes. So, you know, bottom bouncing, jigging, casting, trolling, what have you. You just let them know what you'd like to do, what you'd like to try, and they kind of mold themselves to whatever your experience you'd like for it to be.
Oh, dude, look at walleyes. There's walleyes like all over. Look at them.
Oh yeah, get on.
Get on it, get on it, get on it. Right on. Holy cow, they're shallow, man. Sweet, dude. That is awesome. So we're just trolling around, like the best way to cover water, learn stuff. And we, in like 2 feet of water, we see the school of walleyes like Pete's got, and he just throws a jerkbait out and the things bite it. How sweet is that, man? That was cool. That was so cool. Pete, the walleye man. If he can't do it, no one can.
Man, that sucker jumped right on.
Yeah,
it too.
here you can have fun with that. I'm gonna catch my own.
Go for it.
Cool, Pete. That
Awesome
was so
fish.
awesome.
Awesome fish. Jumped right on it.
There we go. Second it hit the water, that was awesome.
What was that at?
Oh, he came off right up on
top?
top there, yeah. Like right there. Got one? There's another one. That was cool. I think we got ourselves another school, buddy. Hook it up, hook it up, hook it up.
Are we a netter?
No, that's fine. Man.
Is it a largemouth?
Yeah, right? Ooh, the walleyes at Aikens actually jump. Look at that, just creaming these things. Who doesn't love that? Canadian gold. When we got here, the information we had was that there was walleye shallow and there was walleyes deep, so kind of where do you start? Well, Pete and I both love casting, and flatline trolling is another great way to do it. So to look at the lake, we just started out. JB took us to some areas. You start looking at the different habitat, flatline trolling, using your eyes, using your sonar, and as soon as we found some spots that look good, we just get up on top and cast. And the guys are getting really nice fish out deep, but we're catching really nice fish. And there's one, oh, missed him, in 2 feet of water, like bass fishing. This is really cool, super unique. You don't get this opportunity for walleyes in many places. Where the fish, I mean, there's enough fish that there's bites going on in the shallows and in the deep water, and right now this is really fun. And this place has guides, which is, you know, obviously great. They know where everything's at. So we've got JB with us. He's showing us areas, but it's just fun. I just love exploring a new, you know, looking at new water. So does So does Pete. So what we're doing, we're coming to these areas they suggest, and we're kind of trolling around with crankbaits. We see something good, we might come back, pitch jigs or whatever, but it's just fun to learn all this new stuff. Let's go back on that school of tons of walleye. That was really cool.
Gotcha.
Another one?
Yep.
Boy, Pete, just stole your spot. Got right in there.
Did ya?
Yep. Walleye. Sweet. Check that out, man. Lots of these. He's got some chow marks on him. Let's catch whatever was biting on him.
Good job.
Thanks, bud. Ooh, I saw that. That was so cool. Your line just went. There we go. That is awesome. Boom, boom. These are nice average fish, man. These aren't.
You want the net, Jer?
No, it's fine. Whoa, he's jumping. That's
This
cool.
is bass fishing, Jer.
Yeah, right? Look at that. Sweet.
Nice fish.
Yeah. Gonna have some beat up hands after this whole deal. Look at that classic little, just a jig and a plastic. And these, I mean, that's a nice average fish, man. Lots and lots of these things. Cool, who doesn't love that, right? That was awesome. It's like, tell me to pause it longer?
Yeah.
Doom. That is a tough bait to beat. Okay, there we go. As soon as it hit the water.
Beautiful. Get him, Jer.
Go, Pete. As soon as it hit the water. Nice. Man.
A fish, yep. Another shallow water Aikens Lake special.
No. Did you guys catch anything? There. Oh, I just missed one. Dang it.
Did ya?
Yeah.
On a jig?
Jig, just swimming a boot tail. There he is. Sweet.
Got one?
Got one.
I got one too.
Doubled up. How do you like that? That's what you come up here for, right?
I know.
Feel like you're the best fisherman in the world.
I can't believe you saw those up there that shallow.
That was cool. Well, when you get a chance to catch walleyes that are in 2 feet of water casting, like that is so fun. And I had a bite the cast before that too. I got him, Pete.
Do ya?
Yep. No problem. Oh, I popped right off. Sweet. You want me to net him?
I think I got a netter here, dude.
Oh yeah, sweet. That's an awesome
Look at those
fish.
crankbaits.
Hey, look at this. They're spitting up bugs.
Those VMCs, a little
That
dangerous.
cracks them. Walleye.
Dandy.
You're gonna have a slimy front of the boat here, Pete.
I'll take that though, but
Sweet.
I'll take that.
Awesome. And really, I mean, tools for covering water. Pete's got one of the classic baits that just catches everything, the X-Wrap. I'm throwing a little moon-eye jig with the paddle tail. 2 really good baits for covering water. They don't get snagged a lot. You can fish fast and just cover ground and catch fish. So that's really awesome, man.
Can't be casting X-Wraps in 2 feet of water and catching walleyes.
I love catching fish any way you can, but casting just adds that whole cool element to the whole deal. Pete's a huge bass nut, of course, so am I, but to be able to just come up and, like, it's like bass fishing walleyes, it's cool.
I would have never thought I was going to be up here casting X-Wraps in 2 feet of water catching these fish, that's for sure.
Understanding humps and how walleyes relate to them is a critical element to staying on these fish throughout the year. For example, look at this map and we'll show you the progression throughout the season. When the fish come off the spawn, they relate to shallow humps. This basin is about 10 foot of water at its deepest. The humps you'd want to target would be about 4 feet. As the season progresses, some of these fish continually migrate towards deeper basins, but still relating to humps. For example, in late spring, the basin may be 25 feet at its deepest, and the humps they would relate to would be about 10 feet. As the season moves forward, so does the fish's movement towards deeper water. Keep in mind these are round numbers and rules of thumb, But following the fish's transitional movement from shallow to deep is the essence of staying on these guys.
Oh, right there.
40 plus, 40 or 40 plus anyway. Is that good right there?
I don't know. I'm kind of, as soon as it hit the water, it was crazy. I don't think it's a huge one, but I mean, it was like the second it hit the water, when they're up shallow like that, they're super aggressive. Oh,
I got one
doubles.
too, double.
That's a nicer one, Pete.
Yeah, and it's a jumper.
Lots of jumping walleyes.
What's up with these shallow walleyes here?
There we go.
Another Jay?
Nah, no. It's another jumping walleye. I think we got a pattern here, Pete. Go fish the ultra shallow rocks on the backs of bays and you catch tons of walleye. He's got the rubber. He likes that. Here we go. Walleye. Thanks, Pete. Bring lots of plastics. This is just a little big bite cane thumper. You don't need much. Just I like to have minnow profiles, curly tails like grubs, and of course paddle tails like this, and that'll have you covered for almost everything you do. We'll get me another one. Yeah. Oh, Pete! Oh, that was awesome,
Came up
dude.
and ate it on the surface.
I was just sitting there floating there. There's a bunch of them here. That's a nice one, dude. Yeah. Way to go, Pete.
Buddy. I think I crap walleyes any day.
Oh, you're fighting over there.
More shallow water Aikens Lake walleyes. You know, today me and Jared really got on an incredible shallow water pattern fishing light spinning tackle for walleyes. And it's a perfect opportunity to show all the things and the incredible advancements all the Daiwa engineers have been coming up with lately. Everything in the LT family is light, affordable, and stronger than ever. And now Daiwa recently came out with the pinnacle in spinning reels, the new Exist. It is the lightest, smoothest reel, period, on the market today. And then when you're going on the trip of a lifetime, you want to bring the reel of a lifetime, trust me.
Yeah, there you go, Pete. Walleye.
She ain't a big
On the
bud.
bottom again, huh?
Yeah.
A little. I bet it's getting bigger.
Decided to grow up a little bit.
Oh boy. Sweet.
Oh yeah.
Sweet Pete.
Another one on the jig.
What do you think, Pete?
I love catching these things, especially the way I'm doing it with the high-vis braided line. You got a good wind here and you get a big bow in your line, and it's super nice to be able to see when you're getting those bites. Let me let her go. You can see those bites from a long ways away and get a good hook set in them far away.
Packing for a trip like this, versatility is really the key to get the right equipment. You can't necessarily have a specialized rod and reel for every presentation you're going to use. So there's a couple rods and reels that I really like to have on the spinning side for a trip like this. It's a 6'10" medium extra fast and a 7-foot medium fast. Those are two rods you can jig with, you can throw crankbaits with, you can throw jerk baits with, you can do some trolling with. They're extremely versatile, and then I like spooling them with 10-pound Suffix 832. This is a braid, it's super versatile. It trolls deep, it casts well, so the line gives you a lot of versatility, and of course you can put whatever on the end of it. We use a lot of 12-pound fluorocarbon is kind of our go-to for most situations up here. And on the reel side, it's a 2500. This one happens to be a 2500 ballistic LT, super light. The combo's great, but that 10-pound braid, the 6'10" or 7-foot medium fast or medium extra fast is just a dynamite combo for doing about everything you need walleye fishing.
When is a good time to book a trip to Aikens Lake Lodge? Well, there really isn't a bad one. We're here when the fish are in transition from the shallows to deep, so fish are just about everywhere. This has been a lot of fun chasing walleyes in 2 feet of water, but like all good things, it'll come to an end. It's mid-June and the water temps are hovering around 65 degrees. Traditionally, shallow water walleye at this time frame will be most active early in the morning. As the day goes on, these fish will move off the shallow flats and start congregating on the first or second breaks. And without good electronics, you're just handcuffed.
The one piece of equipment I'd never do a fly-in without is good electronics. Now Aikens is set up with electronics in all their camp boats. This happens to be the Helix 7 and it's got SI on it, so side imaging is a huge tool for up here, but it's also got the feature Auto Chart Live. And this lake, of course, isn't mapped, so with the Zero Lines SD card, I've got all the landmass. Hugely important for navigation, so I can feel confident going out early or late or going anywhere on the lake and always knowing how to get home. But then with Auto Chart Live, as we continue to fish new spots, it builds a map for us. So, you know, shoreline breaks like this and humps, pretty soon you've got the detail of like a Lake Master card on a lake that's never been mapped before. So if you're coming up here, it's a great tool not only for navigation with the Zero Lines SD card, but of course just a priceless tool for catching and finding fish.
Yeah, got one.
Nice. I'm gonna grab the net. Boy, the old Stowmaster gets a workout up here, doesn't it?
Fool me.
There's one, Pete.
Got one, Jack?
Oh, yep. How do you like that? So much of your success in fishing is of course related to boat control. And up here, our primary tool, or really the only tool we use, is the outboard for controlling the boat, whether we're casting shallow flats or we're fishing bouncers deep like this. And this little 40-horse Merc 4-stroke is awesome in terms of fuel efficiency, quietness, and its ease of operation. So I've got my forward, reverse, and then it's easy if I'm actually standing and casting. It's the old school, controlling the boat like this in reverse, and when we're forward trolling like this, the tiller just gives you that precision where you need to cut corners, come in and out tight, and believe it or not, it doesn't scare fish that much. You can be in 3 feet of water, running an outboard, these things are quiet and the fish don't seem to care. So it's a really, really valuable tool. Boom. Look at that, tried bouncers, instant. I mean, that was instant as soon as we got it down there. I marked a bunch of them too. Well, how do you like that, Pete? See what size we got here? So the rig that we're both using here is really quite simple. It's these rods are specific for bouncing. They're medium, heavy, moderate, so they've got a lot of bend to them, but we're fishing at about 25, 30 feet of water. A rule of thumb for me with bouncers is about 1 ounce of lead for every 10 feet of water. The heavier you use, the more vertical you can be. So we're using 3 ounces of lead, just whatever bottom bouncer you've got, and then just a little VMC spinner and a night crawler. That's all there is to it, and troll away about a mile, 1 mile an hour to maybe up to a mile an hour or a mile and a half an hour, and you're totally in business. Catch lots of walleye doing this.
Let's go catch another one.
Yeah, there's lots in that school right there. Really?
Yeah, feels like another nice one.
Boy, that's so cool. You can just see them down there and then boom, they bite.
Yeah,
I might have to do a blade color change because you seem like, well, you're just such a good fisherman anyway.
Yeah, well, you called that one.
That's awesome. It's so fun. You just feel like the best fisherman in the world up here. And there's so many ways to catch them. It's fun to bottom bounce, it's fun to vertical jig, the casting element, like however you want to catch them. Right now they're biting. It's mid-June and there's fish shallow, there's fish deep, and there's fish in between. And it's just so fun. Just lots of these, tons and tons of these.
Just a feisty one there, Jer.
There you go, buddy.
Thanks, bud.
We're gonna need your autograph when we're done with the day, Pete. Cool, brother.
My first Canadian fly-in. Couldn't be any better. Good fishing with good friends.
L-I-V-I-N.
Got one.
Pete, I saw one there too, cool. Good one?
Feels better than the last one.
Attaboy, you wanna come back here so you can stay out of the motor?
I do.
It is such a great way to cover water, man. And it does produce a lot of big fish. Trophy, Manitoba trophy.
I don't think it's quite a trophy, but
Looks good though.
it's definitely fun.
That's a bigger fish, man. Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, that's a really big fish.
Nice one.
Sweet, yeah. Awesome, check this out. Unbelievable. It has been absolutely crazy walleye fishing up here, catching them on traditional walleye stuff, deep with bouncers, catching them shallow like we're bass fishing. We've caught them jigging in moderate depths. It's truly an awesome, awesome deal. You want to come catch tons of big walleyes, have lots of great action, come experience Canada. It's awesome, and Aikens Lake has really got it going on. Great fishing, great staff, great times.
Thanks for bringing me, bud.
Yeah.